Edge of Tomorrow is a fantastic film. Like
Yes.
that's a fantastic
totally
film.
great.
Yeah. And it's kind of a shame that it wasn't the commercial success that I think it really should have been. It had big star
And you
power.
thought it was going to
very
be,
well
right?
done.
And I thought it was. It didn't do as well, I guess.
It disappointed a little bit, commercially at least.
Such a
It's
cool
it's
movie.
a favorite, and they marketed it.
Why do you
kind of a
think
strange
that
way, too.
is? I mean, is it because of the marketing? Maybe the title?
When you change the title, and I think they
Did
ended
they
The
up-
original title is All You Need Is Kill.
Yep.
And I think they shied away from that word, kill.
Huh.
They changed that, and then they changed it again when it went to home video, and then now
Right.
they've marketed
Live,
it
die,
as
repeat.
Live, Die,
Yeah,
Repeat. So
yeah.
it's been all over the place. But I wanted to ask you, scoring a film like that, I'm sure you get asked a lot when you're doing a film, look, sometimes this maybe isn't going to be the greatest film in the world. Sometimes you must have the opposite feeling.
I knew right away. I went to go watch this. I was a second composer on that project, but they had a very, very long post. So even though I was coming in after they had worked with another composer for some time, there was still 6 months to go or something. And I sat down to watch it, and I mean, like anyone else who watches that movie and loves it, I loved it. And it was not that different, really, from what came out in theaters.
And it had a really cool sound, too. We got a clip here.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, this one.
It's super heavy, metallic. There's that relentless
12/8.
kind of... Did this kind of thing just hit you as you were seeing the picture? Was there a gut instinct seeing something that seems like it's really well put together?
Oh, you make it sound so simple. I mean, that was 6 months of working with, in my opinion, one of the best directors in the business, Doug Liman, but also one of the most challenging directors in the business to work for as a composer. He's he one of the reasons why I love working with him is because I know, despite whatever misery I may feel on the way, that he's going to kick my ass until something excellent comes out. And in that particular case, I have to give a shout out to Zach Robinson, excuse me, who was working with me at the time and who kind of started that whole idea, the 12/8 idea, and then at a certain point passed it over to me and I finished it. But a lot of what makes that cue great comes from him.
You might want to explain for 1 second to those
Sure.
of our listeners that don't understand what 12/8 means and why it's significant in metal.
Well, normally, I don't know how metal 12/8 is. I don't. We
That
could
to me
make a
sounded
short list of metal songs in 12/8, but
Right.
it's a description of a rhythmic feel that you can intuit from a piece. Typically, the most common type of feel is what we refer to as 4/4, and that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So when we say 12/8, we're really taking those same 4 beats and dividing them instead of evenly by 2 to make 8 subdivisions. We are dividing them by 3 to make 12. So it ends up sounding like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And in that particular piece, it's moving along
Let's hear
a lot
little
faster.
piece of it. You'll hear, and we can count it.
Wait, let me try to do it in the speed of the piece. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or it's even more like, yeah.
Got our drummer over here.
Yeah.
It's a really cool set, and obviously that's just a chunk of the score. The score's fantastic for the whole film.
Thank you.
And it's actually a pretty fun one to listen through in full also.
This movie also had big movie stars. It's really the calculus of Hollywood. How do you apply it? You have big movie stars. You have a huge movie star. You have a wonderful actress
Tom
playing
Cruise,
a
Emily
tough,
Blunt. Yeah.
woman's role, which you don't ordinarily see. You have a great composer, which clearly is saving the movie. You have a big-time director, a big successful director.
And a really cool and interesting and kind of mind-bending story. And is cursing allowed in this scenario?
of course.
So I think to say what you're saying, like the Hollywood calculus in this particular case is, well, we kind of fucked this up. Let's get it right on the sequel. And so, of course, now they're making a sequel. And I would expect that a movie like this, which has become almost a cult hit,
Right. It has
on streaming and DVD when people watch DVDs, there's going to be a lot of anticipation for the sequel, and I think it's going to do huge
wonder what
numbers.
the
No matter how good it is.
title-
Are you back for number 2?
I hope to be.
Fingers
Not
crossed.
quite yet. I think they're still working on the script, and
Yeah.